In this video, we're going to continue our review on SQL assignment 2. So we're going to start with question 2 here and follow the similar procedures. First, we need to read the question and identify all the data we need from 3 levels: data table, data attributes, and data value. So let's do it. So your boss give you an order ID. Here we stop here. Order ID is what? Is a data attribute. So we give it a color, say green. So this one, 10248, which is the order ID we want to investigate, which is the data value, right? So we can give it maybe the blue color. Then keep going and say, ask you to check the number of unique products. Here, the product is a table's name, right? We can give it color as red, for example. You can use a different color code. I don't care, right? You don't care. So as long as it works for you. So basically, so here we know. But here we want to calculate the number of unique products. So basically here it's means we also need the product ID. That's a data fields level, right? But of course, we cannot say that product ID directly, but we know if we want to count the number of unique products, product ID is a necessary data field. Then the total quantity of the items. So we know the quantity is a data attribute inside the order detail table. Okay, so here the quantity, this information, even it is a data attribute. Okay, this give us information say we need a table because the quantity is contained in order detail table. So we also need a order detail table. And then total invoice amount, sales, or because we do not have a sales this information directly from any table, so we need to calculate this sales. As we discussed, we can calculate sale by multiply the quantity and the price. Quantity is from order detail table, and the price is come from the product table. A product table we have already identified, but we have not identified the price information. So basically, you can actually put here we need the order tables from table level, and we need the product tables, and then we need order detail tables, details tables, and finally we need what sounds like that's it, right? Because all information we need to come from all these 3 tables. Then we need the order ID from the data attributes level, order ID. Then we need the product ID. Then from the order detail, we need the quantity, right? And from the product table, we also need what? We also need the price information. For each product, we know the price information. So that's basically the way we help us understand that basically we master the data. If you follow that impact model, we have this question, then we master the data. We say where we can get data, what data we need, right? So that basically the information we need. Of course, we are going to have other things because we're going to group by each order, and we're going to use this 10248, that's the data value. So you can see here is a data table level, and here is data attributes level, attribute table level, and this is value level. Okay, data value level. So basically, if you every time if you want to work on some SQL questions, if you follow these steps and identify all the 3 level data you need and needs like this, that would be very helpful for you to construct the query statement. Okay, so let's do it. So basically here, if we want to use an inner join, that's by default, we want to use the inner join method. Subquery, as we mentioned, it's not very easy to use a subquery to access all the data we need because we can only get the information out from the top level table. So that's basically have some limitation. But subquery is very, very good if we just want to create a filter on the fly. We do not want information from that table, but we want the information from that table to be used as a filter. Okay, so that will be very good for us. So now let's construct the query statement together. So go to the web browser and W3 School. So as we mentioned, we need 3 tables. First is order tables. So give the name as A, inner join. We can put it like in this format, inner join. Order the details table as B. On what? On A the order ID with B the order ID, because that's order ID is a common data field shared by order table and order detail table. So then we're going to inner join product table, right? Product table as C. On C the what? Product ID. Join with the order detail table, B the product ID, because each item is a product, and we have the product ID to connect to the product table to get the information such as the product name and price information. So once we have this join, we make sure our join is correct. So it sounds like correct. We have 518 records here, and we have information come from the order table and order detail table and the product table. Okay, so now we're good to go. So basically what we need, we are going to first calculate the number of product, then total quantity of the item, then the total sales. So first we count the quantity of the product. Basically that's to say we need to use a count function. So we need to count the product ID, give it a name, number of product, right? Then we're going to calculate the total quantity. So here we are not using the count function anymore. We use the sum up, because we want to sum up all the quantity information, right? So here we use the quantity as a number of items. And finally, we are going to calculate the sales amount. Basically, we're going to use the sum question again, but we do not have a sale information, right? That's why we have to calculate that for us. Quantity multiplied by the price. So that's basically give us this sales. So as I said, once we have this 3 tables joined together, we can use their data fields as if they come from one single big table. So now if we run this query, we get the error message. It says the product ID is ambiguous because the product ID is a primary key in the product table and is a foreign key in the order detail table. When we join this table together, the system does not know this product ID here we are using is from order detail table or come from the product table. So we can give it clear idea, say, hey, we usually use, say, the product IDs come from the primary table, which is the product table. So give it is C dot. So now we're good, but this is not complete yet. So we only get one row. Basically, it counts all the number of product and all the items sum up together and all the sales here, which is not quite correct because we only want to investigate for one single order. So that means we're going to put the where condition, say order ID equal to 10248, right? This will not going to work because we have this problem again. The order ID is the primary key inside the order table, and is a foreign key inside the order detail table. That's why we have to give it clear idea. Say, hey, we are come from like this table, for example. So that will give us information which is quite correct, which is say we only limit our data for this order, and we found what are the number of product and what is the number of total items, and then what is total sales. So we can just copy this information back to our query statement review worksheet here and put here. Okay, of course we're going to put something like that. So here we just put, for example, we keep this as a reference. Okay, then we just copy the data here, right? and remove the format. But we have not completed this yet. So why I put this kind of information here, then we do the further investigation. We're going to say what information we used from the order table. We use the order ID and use the 10248 to limit that order ID. But the order ID can also be found from the order detail table, right? So we can also limit the data by using the order ID from the order detail table. So that means, say, we copy the order ID from this. Say we need the order ID and the quantity information from the order detail table. Then we can limit the value using the order ID from the order detail table. In other words, the order table here and the order ID and the here limitation, we do not need this information at all, right? So that's exactly right, because let's think about it again. If we only have two tables, do we have all the data fields we need? Yes, we do. Say we need the order ID to limit the order we want to investigate. We have the product ID from the product table to count the unique number of products. And we have quantity information from the order detail table to count the total quantity of items. And we have price information from the product table and the quantity information from the order detail table to calculate the sales. So basically, we can reconstruct a separate a new query statement without using the order tables at all. So let's do it together. So we can just do some modification here. As we just mentioned, we do not need the order tables anymore. So we remove the order table along with its alias, right? And we do not need to join this order detail table anymore. We can use this order table directly. And of course, we do not want to use this anymore because this is just join the order table and the order detail table, right? So like this. And do we have any other reference to the arranging the order tables? So we got like A means the orders table we used before, but right now we have already removed the orders table and along with its alias. So we have to replace this with B.order ID, right? So let's check again. This keep saying from the order detail table B, inner join with the product table C on C and B joined together because we do not have the order table, we do not have the A table anymore. Where B.order ID equal to this one, so that sounds right. So click again. So you can see here we got exactly same results here. Okay, so that's basically we do not need the order table because why? The only information we need from the orders table is the order ID, but order ID can only be found from the order detail table. So that's basically we do not need that one. So we simply join the order detail table with the product table, so we have all information we need from the all three levels and to answer that question. Okay. In summary, when you are working on the SQL question, you read the question carefully and identify the information necessary from all the three levels: table levels, attribute levels, and data value levels. You can give them different color for you to easier to see, and you can also put them into these tables. So you can do a further investigation, say, do you really need all the tables you identified? Because some of the tables you identified may have overlaps. So basically, you can answer the question by using only a subset of the tables you identified. So that's basically the example shows, okay? And finally, one improvement we can add to this query is to use the group by phrase to calculate this information for every single order ID. Then we limit the order ID. Okay, we can do it like this way. Say we can put the order ID here, of course B.order ID here, and then we're going to group by B.order ID. Say this will give us the same information, but we add one more column here to make it more clear. This information is belong to this order. So basically, if you just give this information, people may get lost. Say they have to refer to the original question to find out. But if we put the order ID here, it's clearly, okay, inside this order ID, we got 3 unique products and the total there are 27 items. and we have $566 of sale, right? If you remove this one, you can get all the information for all the order IDs. For every single order ID, you get the similar information, number of product contained in that order ID, and the total items and the sales. Okay. Then we can just simply copy the improvement and the results into the worksheet, right? So we can replace it, or we can just put it. There's a new way that not matter too much. So I just put it here so you guys can check in more details. Of course, remove the data format, and that's it.